Welcome, everybody, to a March Madness preview show on the Grueling True Sports Network. I'm your host, Mike Goodpaster. Today, we're going to look at the battle on Friday night between the Big Ten's Michigan Wolverines and the SEC's Auburn Tigers. Michigan beat an SEC team to get to the Sweet 16. Can they beat another one to get to the Elite Eight? This challenge is a little different, though, than what they faced in the round of 32. Top-seeded Auburn is is one of the top seeds in the entire tournament. I think they are the top seed in the tournament. I don't think they should be because they did lose 3 of their last 4 at the end of the regular season. But they are 30-5. They haven't dropped a game to a team outside of the KenPom top 20, and they notched 14 quad one wins. That's 13 more than North Carolina. They are led by 6'10" forward Johnny Broome, who also might be the National Player of the Year. Broome is averaging 18.4 points a game, 10.7 rebounds, and 3 assists. The offense for Auburn is dynamic. They rank in the top 52 in 3-point percentage, 2-point percentage, and overall field goal percentage. The Tigers are elite on defense, too. They rank second in college basketball in blocks. They're ranked 12th, according to KenPom, in adjusted defensive efficiency, and they ranked 40th in assists allowed. Auburn checks all the boxes as a team. They don't force a ton of turnovers, which is one difference from Michigan's previous 2 teams that they've played. But Michigan will need to be at its best. The good news, after a bad ending to the season, the Wolverines have been at their best. They only had 9 turnovers against Texas A&M, and this is a Michigan team that struggled with turnovers all year. They out-rebounded one of the best rebounding teams in college basketball, 43-36. Michigan did the same thing to Maryland, and it will need to have an offensive rebounding advantage against Auburn also. Now, Maryland was a great rebounding team, so was Texas A&M. Michigan hung with them. They got the 2 7-footers. They are a legit basketball team, and they can beat Auburn. The Aggies are one of the teams that beat Auburn this season. And with all that in mind, when you look at the odds, I mean, in some places, this is a 9-point favorite for Michigan or for Auburn. It started off at 7. It's ballooned everywhere to at least 8.5. And I've said that all season, if Dusty May's basketball team limits turnovers, it can compete with anybody. Offensive rebounding will be vital in this game. The Wolverines need to win the extra possession battle just like they did against the Aggies. Michigan's defense has been elite during its 5-game winning streak, and that needs to continue. However, the Tigers have one of the 2 best players in college basketball and an even better defense. I think when you look at the spread, it's huge. Michigan is battle tested. All right. Michigan seems like every game they've played this year went down to the wire. It seems like half the wins they got this season were by 2 points. You know, you saw them pulled out against UC San Diego in the first round where they struggled. It was a game where they didn't take advantage of UCSD playing very poorly early on. They let them stay in the game, and at the end, they almost gave it away. But the thing about this Michigan team is at the end, they didn't give it away. They rose up, they played hard. They are very good at closing out close games. The only problem is the Auburn Tigers are just better, and they're better at almost every instance. Now, you've got Golden, you've got Wolf for Michigan. If they go off and they get really good guard play, there's a chance. Now, there's a big enough chance here that if I go to bet this game, I'm going to bet at Michigan plus 8.5. I think Auburn wins this game, probably in the 76-70 area. I think it will be a close, competitive game all the way through because Michigan is battle tested and they are tough. Both teams are very well coached. Dusty May had Florida Atlantic in the Final Four a couple of years ago. Bruce Pearl recently, last few years, had Auburn to the Final Four. I think Auburn advances, but if you're going to bet this game, bet Michigan and take the 8.5 points. I would take them to 7.5. If it gets less than that, I would really consider a bet on Auburn. But Michigan plus the points. And if you want to bet this game, you go to the best sports book out there to bet it. And that's BetMGM. You can click on the link in the description down below if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you're watching on YouTube. And follow me on X at Grueling Truth. All right, guys, that's all for now. I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.